Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa M. Harrison and you're listening to Deconstructing the Construct. Welcome to episode 6. What now and what's next? I'm not sure if that's an appropriate title for this one after all, as I'm probably going to be pulling threads from the previous episodes, so it may be a little all over the place. I think it's clear to most of you listening to this that we have been in what I call a controlled demolition of our reality, at least since 2012, and very, very actively since 2020. It is a deconstruction of every system, every piece of infrastructure, every institution, everything that is not based in truth, everything that is based on the inversion of truth, not based in freedom, but based on the inversion of that of control. Everything built on lies, distortion, control, deceit, harvesting, it's all got to go. And I was told many, many years ago, long before I had any concept of this narrative, of this nature of our reality, that light will be shone in all the dark places. And I didn't know what that meant at the time, because I had no idea how dark our world really was. So it's not that the world is getting worse, it's just that we are actually seeing what has always been in the inversion. I, for one, don't get scared or freak out when something is revealed or exposed. I celebrate it because it's just another event, another tick in the box that is part of this collapse, of this deconstruction. And that when it's all over, Holmes said that where we are going, what we will experience, is beyond freedom and beyond anything we can currently remember or imagine. So I'm going to try and fill in some of the gaps of the bigger picture that I've left out so far, that I'm aware of. Now, I said in an earlier episode that the soul from outside projects aspects of itself in here, and it can do that in more than one realm, in more than one aspect. It's like we fractured ourselves a little and placed ourselves in different realms, disconnected from the other aspects to have multiple experiences at once. And it's my understanding that, for example, the galactics, they felt that they were at the top of the tree. It's like every realm thought that there was no realm above them. And each realm kind of harvested the realms beneath them. And that our realm, even though above and below is probably not the right way to put it, but our realm was the first to realise that we were in a construct, this aspect of us. And when we did that, rippled out through the construct and had everybody going, what? And realising what they were doing to themselves. Unfortunately, the galactics, the ETs, the aliens, have been some of the biggest manipulators and harvesters of those of us in this realm. That particular realm, what we call the galactic realm, has actually been cleared and cleaned, and those aspects have returned home where possible. Some escaped the deletion of the realm and moved into this one. As I said, maybe the previous episode, that there are beings here that are physical, but they're just not visible. And some of them are making different choices than the ones they've made in the past. So in the category of what's next, full, absolute knowing, seeing, experiencing, disclosure of the other realms and the races and the beings from them. And as at today that I'm recording this, Saturday the 9th of August 2025, Cliff High put out a Substack article called The Whisper in the Dark. And I'm sure he won't mind me sharing it with you, as full credit to Cliff. He said it's coming soon-ish, perhaps a few months, maybe as late as this coming winter. It's going to absolutely freak out government all around the globe. That's fitting, as the people reporting it will be actively losing their shit as a result of hearing what will become likely known as the whisper in the dark. It's going to be a phenomenon. Many trends will grow around it. Some people will be copycats, claiming audience with the whisper only as part of their self-aggrandizement and desire to be part of the trend. Mostly, you'll be able to discern the difference. Real hearers will have a particular look about them and will exhibit specific behaviours as a result of their experience, and their fumbling attempts to integrate it into their understanding of themselves and our common shared reality. Officialdom globally will shit bricks, unable to explain nor account for it, yet faced with a growing segment of the populace experiencing it and having their body's life changed as a result. Many experiences will seek medical attention. This will lead to all manner of complications. But the impact on the medical industry statistics will be the prompt that brings this into solid focus for officialdom. Many will hear but not understand. Many will say it was this word or that word, but all will agree it was but a single utterance that they heard. Clear as you are hearing them tell you of the experience, clear as a sound, but somewhat indistinguishable as a word. For most, some will claim this word, some that. Contention will develop. Religion, officialdom will intrude with their interpretation. More contention. Hearing will be across humanity, restricted neither by status, location, age, mental faculty, or seemingly any other filter. Seemingly the whisper is intelligent. Hearing it only happens in the dark, and never when the experiencer is being observed. Hearing it takes only an instant, yet can't be forgotten, and produces a craving in many to find it again, to experience it again. It will alter the body's life of all who experience the whisper in the dark. Do they actually hear it, or is it all in their minds? Officialdom will want to know. So why did I share that with you? Because on reading it, I was instantly reminded of being told that the white dragon would speak and everyone would hear. It would be an internal message for everyone going home. In regards to timing, now again, I want you to look at today's date, Saturday the 9th of August, 2025. In recent weeks, there has been talk of a red dragon. A couple of people in the spiritual communities have felt a red dragon, communicated with a red dragon. The red dragon's back, all of these things. So, their description of it, of what it's doing here and why it's here, is pretty much the same as what I got back in 17, 18. I think I called him Eric, I'm not sure. But it was the red dragon who was here to purify. And it was in preparation for the white dragon. And more recently, those who I know that are connected to that white dragon energy have also felt her very strongly. So I find it more than coincidental series of events. Okay, also on the big picture front, I mentioned that we were running simulations within the simulation. And I believe the game was supposed to go live, like we were done with that, in 2020. But we all know what happened as an intervention to that. To stall it, to distort it, to divert it. But the game did, nevertheless, go live in 2023. Earlier 2023. We are no longer doing simulations within the simulation. We have figured out the right series of events, created the right timeline to make sure this all goes exactly the way we want. But please don't misunderstand me by thinking that means nothing but love and light and rainbow fighting unicorns. No, it doesn't. It is the right series of events, whether they are disruptive, whether they are painful, whether they are shocking, whatever they are, whatever they look like, the good and the bad, in order to awaken as many minds and hearts as possible to the maximum extent that they can be for each individual. So I guess while we're on the subject, what was 2020 all about? What was COVID all about? What was the corona all about? What was the virus all about? I mean, it's all there in the words, isn't it? How beautiful that those words were used. As I said, we were meant to go live in 2020. We were to receive our crown. We were to hear this message, and it got disrupted, it got diverted, it got intercepted. Even though on some level it was known what they were going to do, there were some surprises. So for the record, my stance on all of that is there are no such things as viruses. They do not exist. They have never proven the existence of a virus based on the very model they created to support and prove the existence of a virus. And if you don't believe me, the information about all this is out there. Nothing is contagious any more than women's menstrual cycles are contagious. And yet when a couple of women get together, you know what? They can bleed at the same time. It doesn't mean their periods are contagious. There are reasons for this, and it's not contagion. But this event that we were supposed to go through in 2020, this crowning event, this heart-opening event, this corona, our heart, it's all there again. Look at the number one side effect. It attacks the heart, because your heart is your connection point to your soul. Your heart is the part of you that was supposed to just blast open and expand, as was your crown. So it was known from home and outside this realm that they would do something along these lines. Apparently, the thing that caught everybody off guard was its attack on the heart space, because it's not just physical. That's the physical, all the myocarditis and everything else is the physical play out of the attack on the energetic heart. The blood clots and the strokes are the physical play out of the attack on your crown, all designed to disconnect you from your source, your soul, so that when you did die as a result of these shots, you wouldn't have your compass and could be potentially recycled into some system. And once that was known, person by person, where possible, that damage was corrected. And again, soul choice level here. Some people chose to be that one in their family, in their social setting, in their work environment, wherever, to take it, to experience the dramatic and drastic repercussions of it, to be the wake-up call for so many others. That was their soul choice. Okay, a quick side note and a bit of a plug. Whether you had the shot or not, there is a workshop on my website called Awakening Your Life Force. And it is all about pulling more of you in, more of your soul in through that heart space. Highly recommended for those who have had the shot, but also, honestly, for anyone. It's been life-changing for many. So just letting you know it's there. Anyway, moving on. So we haven't been delayed by as much as we might think, but it also propelled us forward in ways we couldn't have imagined. I think what I want to leave you with is you are the flash. You are the event. You are the new earth. You are the new world. Everything is coming through you, not to you. It's happening for you, not to you. This is you. It's all you. I want to see you trust in your heart above all else. I want you to remember the frequency of unconditional love above all else. I want you to remember who you are above all else. I want you to remember that creation bends to your heart-inspired, heart frequency will. I want you to remember that you are the strongest among your aspects. It's why you're here in this realm, doing this work, integrating the rest of them. I want you to remember how loved you are by all creation, everywhere. I want you to remember that it's why all of creation is focused right here, right now. It's because of people like you, souls like you. And that through my will and my intention and my heart frequency and my unconditional love, I am doing whatever the fuck I can to make that happen. So I do hope that this short series has supported you and assisted you in some way. Perhaps it's actually created more questions than answers. And if that is the case, I think I will finish the whole thing up with a live Q&A. But I have no idea what that looks like right now, because I want you guys to be able to ask me all the censored questions that none of the platforms want you to ask, and I want to be able to answer them. So for now, just go to lisamharrison.com and just sign up for the newsletter, because that's how you will know when I'm going to do something and where I'm going to do it and how to be there if you would like to. So I still have that to figure out. But I'm going to leave you with one last thing. And I really was tossing up whether or not to say anything about this one. Okay, so the number's 1313. They have been with me since the 90s, when I discovered the Mayan calendar and Mayan cosmology. Mayan cosmology being like their version of star signs and astrology. In Mayan cosmology, you have a tone and a glyph. There are 13 of one and 20 odd of the other. I don't know, I can't remember now, it's been a while. And I am a 13th tone and a 13th glyph. My number is 1313. So it's just one of those things that I was aware of. And I'm also born on Jose Aguilar's Day at a Time. Now, the combination of those two things used to seem to excite people who were very into the Mayan calendar. I didn't know enough to be excited about it. It just was what it was. But then Lilu made mention of the 1313 code. It was the code that imprinted all the realms within this realm, as I mentioned in one of the previous episodes. So for me, that was just one of those weird synchronicities. So this year of 2025, my husband and I's birthdays are quite close together. They're both in July, a few days apart. When you sort of just do it as an adding up the numbers, one came to 31 and one came to 13. Or, another way of looking at that is 4-4. And on the evening of my birthday, on the 25th of July, the day at a time, I was shown that the 1313 portal, which feels like a period of time, which is, again, weird talking about that in relation to the Mayan calendar and all of that, because it's the end of time, but this is what it felt like. And it was very, very strong. That a window of opportunity has opened. And then I was told, this is your final year. And it did not feel like, before anyone goes there, it did not feel like fuckery. It wasn't that two-skull interference that some people talk about. That's not what I mean by when I heard or I was told. That's not what I mean. Now, many, many ways to interpret that. Sure, could be my personal last year. There was a synchronicity around it in that my driver's license expires on the 24th of July, and I thought it actually expired the day before my birthday this year. And I went to get it renewed, and it turns out, no, that's next year. It expires the day before my birthday next year, the 24th. So there was that. So it could well mean that. It could mean the end of the fuckery. It could mean that we've got this 1 year window to, do everything that we need to do, that we feel pulled and called to do before some great shift. I'm not going to say what I think it means, because I don't know, and I don't want to get too attached to any one meaning. I'm just going to let you know that it happened. If it is my last year, it might explain why I felt so pulled to put this out there in the first place. But whatever it means for me personally, and as a result of other people sharing some information with me, the message really is, don't leave anything undone. Don't leave anything unfinished. Don't leave anything unsaid. Don't leave anything incomplete. Don't leave anybody in pain that you could fix if you caused. Tick as many boxes as you can from here on in. Finish what you start. Don't start what your heart's not in. That seems to be the message. So I'm going to leave you there, which I really hope is not perceived as a low note, because it's not to me at all. And I guess what I'm trying to get across with this is savor every moment. As done as we are, as fed up as we are, as sometimes unable to find joy and purpose and meaning in all of this, it's still there. And try and find it in every moment. Because when this is done, it's so done, and it's never happening again. And your soul will benefit from every experience. So, that's me. That's this series. And we are in for a very wild time. So, bye for now.